Bam! What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Bonus's Domain Toy Review. Today we're going to be taking a look at Star Wars The Black Series, The Stranger Qimir from Star Wars The Acolyte. I have been waiting a long time for this. This is an awesome looking figure. Hasbro went all out with the new show, new movie tooling. And man, I know the property was very divisive, had a lot of fans divided, but this is one thing we can all agree on. This is an awesome figure and a pretty cool looking character. So let's get into it here. Classic Black Series boxy style packaging that they've been doing. You look in here, and then the helmet looks pretty good, looks pretty solid for the most part, I would say. And then we've got the Shoto blade, the longer style blade that you can connect that into. Some mixed media feature going on here with the top part of the cape and the soft goods pants down there. Turn here to the mural. That is awesome. Qimir the Stranger. I will actually read this one. I don't usually read these, but little is known of the Darksider who has been training Mayon Isaiah in secret, hiding his face from his pupil. When needed, he has adopted the alias Qimir, acting as a shiftless drifter. We don't know if this guy's a Sith, a Knight of Ren disciple, Knight of Ren pupil. I don't know, but just an interesting thing, and it would be cool to explore the story further, possibly in comic form or something, for the people that want that kind of thing. Alright, let's get this guy out of the packaging, see what we got inside. Looking at the accessories first, we have the Stranger's helmet. And it's got kind of like a bronze-ish kind of wash on it. And then these like little metal cracks, painted in eyelids that the actor could barely even actually see out of. And then what's really great is back here, the paint right here. Right here. You can see it trails off into what kind of looks like teeth, which is pretty cool. It's got kind of like a, I don't know, like a chainsaw mouth or something. It's really crazy. And then these divots here in the middle that kind of almost look like chin razors or something. And it's got this little ball joint inside. You can kind of see it in there. And gives for a lot of movement within the bucket. So that is really good. You move it all around. Excellent. Then we've got the main lightsaber blade with the hilt. It's a standard looking black Acolyte era hilt with the Shoto blade. It's pretty small, pretty small. It's a tiny little guy. There's an all new saber mold for this Shoto blade. You can also connect them to make them a one full hilt, which looks pretty thick. But a lot of the Jedi during the Acolyte also have pretty thick hilts. So pulling the Stranger out of the packaging, I've got to say, guys, this might be figure of the year for me. I mean, as far as possibly Black Series goes, I don't know, man. I really like this figure. I think they went all out with this figure. I was kind of scared with the backlash of the show that they were just gonna like not do this figure. They were so hands-off with the Acolyte for a while that I was like, man, they might just cancel the Stranger figure, because that would consist of a lot of new tooling that they might not want to invest in a show that they were kind of blacklisting, in my opinion. But they did it. They did it, which is good, because they saw an opportunity to make money from people like me, and I'm glad. I think even people that didn't like the show will say that they like this figure. If you have this figure, it's just awesome. It's got this Cartosis gauntlet with the great paints on it that you can also take off the figure. It's kind of like the mud scuffs all up and down the arms. It's all over the arms too, not just the fronts. Not just the fronts. I mean, it's crazy. We've got this plastic kind of overall cape that's kind of supposed to be more leathery, kind of look like on the show. And then soft goods. I think this might be a soft goods version of this, maybe, possibly. Or it's just to kind of pad it out. I'm not sure, but it could be an extra to this cape, which I did not know about from anything I've seen about this figure. Head movement is fantastic. Butterfly joints, 90 degree on both arms, way more than 90 degrees. Thigh cut, knee swivel, and boot swivel. And there's a minor wash on the stranger's boots. It's very, very minor, but you can see it. It's kind of like a dirt mud wash on the figure. It's very minor, but I think if you get your own copy, you can see it a lot better. But here's the leg for anyone interested. I think that might be reused from something. I'm not sure, but I'm sure it is because of the thigh cut, because they haven't seemed to be using that a whole lot lately. But yeah, let's take this off and take a look at the figure from there. So after taking these off, I would say that this is kind of like a soft goods version of this and is not just like under padding, which is really cool that they kind of give you both options. That was something I was hoping that they would do. And the fact that they did that, that's a slam dunk. That's Hasbro listening. That's Hasbro doing something they didn't have to do for a figure that they didn't even make it deluxe. I would have paid deluxe price for this. And they killed this though. Listen, I know I'm glazing this figure right now. I know I'm glazing this figure. But you gotta listen to me. This is quality right here from Hasbro. They are really trying here with this figure. And I gotta give them respect for that. And look at this. Look at that. The sculpting in the back. This is tight. The strands of hair coming down. That's awesome. I've heard people say that it looks kind of glossy on the face. And honestly though, dude, so this is supposed to be like a jungle setting accurate kind of stranger figure, right? Well, man, one thing I remember about him in the show was he was sweating like a motherfucker during that show, man. He was like, he was very sweaty. You know, so I'm like, he was sweaty during the show. So and he doesn't even really look that glossy to me personally, but for anyone that's thinking that, I'm like, man, he always looked kind of moist during that fight. So I'm just saying, we should think about that in that argument. I gotta say, this is a solid figure. Extremely solid. Hasbro put the time and effort into this figure, and it shows with the new tooling, the ball jointed wrists, this extra shoulder blade that does plug in there. It actually looks little. The helmet looks chrome. It's got painted details where it needs to be. The mud on the arm, the removable cortosis bracelet, arm gauntlet, whatever you want to call it. I think we could have used without the trigger finger, but that's not really a negative, honestly. That's fine. I can always switch it out with a better hand at some other point if I find one that matches. It's got the soft cloak, and it's got the plastic cloak. It looks great, especially mixed in here with the cloth goods. They actually look pretty good. There's a soft wash on the boots. There's just a lot of time and effort into this figure, and the fact that it was retailed $24.99 for me, the time that I pre-ordered it, is miraculous. That they did not try to overcharge for a figure like this. And I think that's awesome. Because everybody got a very cool figure if they wanted it. And maybe even the people that didn't know that they wanted it, want it now. It's just that great of a figure. It's awesome. Like or hate the show, you can't deny this is awesome. This is a great figure. The Stranger, Qimir. And that's all I really got to say in this review. Like, comment, subscribe. And Devonius.